Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn, and I'm on a journey to get out of my student loan debt and lose some weight along the way. If any of that interests you, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and join me on this journey. Stay tuned for Weigh-In Wednesday today, and stay tuned to the end because I will tell you if I gained or lost weight this week. But today is Weigh-In Wednesday, so it's all about losing the weight along the way. So let's go ahead and get into it. So today is actually Monday for me, and I am going to recap the week vlog style, and then I will see you back in just a moment. It's Monday evening, and we're going for a walk. It's after 9 o'clock, and we're just now going on a walk. I've been putting it off all day, and Lucy's been waiting all day. She finally got to go for a walk. There she is. She's kind of leading the charge today. She doesn't normally pull this much, but where are you going? Okay, I don't know if you can see them, but it's so pretty. The fireflies, lightning bugs as I grew up calling them, but the fireflies are coming out. Oh, I don't know if you can see them. There's one, like all over here. Well, I was hoping to get a few more. Nope, there's one. But the lightning bugs are fun. They're just like a part of life here in Kentucky. They're fun to watch at night. We don't go on walks very often at night like this. I mean, it's still pretty bright out. You can see the sky, and the sun has officially set, but it's still pretty bright out. Do you have lightning bugs where you live? Let me know in the comments down below if you have lightning bugs or fireflies, whatever you call them. And whatever you call them, let me know if you call them lightning bugs or fireflies. Okay, now it's dark out here. Luckily, we're like right by home. I didn't really want to be out here when it was this dark, but at least we got a walk in. Oh my gosh, I barely made it today. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was walking there at the end, but my Fitbit said my pace was like about 15:10, which is a running pace for me. Now it says about 21:50. That's my current pace right now. So 15 is definitely running. I didn't bring Lucy. I was gonna go back and get her and go for a walk. Now I'm still in cool down, so that might make a difference, but oh my gosh, 28 minutes of running. Barely made it. I feel like I can't even stand up right now. So I don't know if I'm gonna get Lucy and go for another walk, but part of the problem is I haven't run since Saturday and I haven't done anything in 2 days. Tuesday was an accidental rest day. I kept meaning to get on the treadmill, but there were so many things that I was trying to get done at home and I just never got on. Yesterday, I never even got out of my pajamas yesterday. That's how bad it was. Just one of those days. I did think to myself all day long, I was like, well, I can, you know, take Lucy for a walk at night, or not at night, but like in the evening, like I did on Monday. It'll be cooler, I'd at least go for a walk, and I never did. Part of that problem was that it rained in the afternoon, so I didn't want to take her out in the rain. I could have run, but I didn't. So here is my current dilemma. I feel like I can actually run the whole time if I don't have Lucy, but I'm not sure that I could do it with Lucy. I don't know that she can do it or wants to do it. Running without Lucy works, so I'm more likely to run. However, I feel really bad and I want to take Lucy for a walk when I'm done, but I'm like worn out and I don't want to, and so then I'm gonna put off running because I don't want to have to come back for another walk. So the dilemma is, do I run without Lucy and just know that I'm not going to go back for a walk and just feel bad? Or do I run with Lucy and just hope that she eventually trains up, and if I don't make it, I don't make it and I can blame it on the dog? Or do I just take Lucy for walks first and then run, in which case I'm probably going to be tired, especially because I like taking her on long walks? Or do I just like not run? Running hurts, especially when you don't stretch like I didn't today, but like it's a goal that I want to achieve, and so I keep working on it, and until the day I don't want to run anymore, I'm gonna keep trying. So what do you think I should do? Leave me a comment down below and let me know, And maybe, I mean, I've come up with all kinds of options, but maybe there's still a few options that I have not considered yet. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you would do in my situation with a dog that doesn't want to run, but I want to. Okay, so I did make it. However, part of the problem was that I didn't stretch. But one thing that tends to hold me back when it comes to running is I don't eat anything before I go out. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm not normally like hungry when I get up anyway. So I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. But part of the problem with not running is I'll not go very first thing, and then I get hungry and I eat, and then I don't want to run with food in my stomach, and like I just fall into this trap of not going. So I was thinking, well, maybe if I had like a granola bar or something, I could eat that. It wouldn't be heavy, it wouldn't be sloshing around in my stomach, and then I could just eat that and then run, and then I have a little bit of fuel on my run, and that would help. While at the store, I actually found these Nature Valley protein bars, and they have, oh my goodness, they have 10 grams of protein in them, which is really good for a granola bar because I think a regular granola bar only has like 2 or 3, and it's like all sugar. These are actually pretty good, and I just tried one today for my run today, and it seemed to work pretty well. I didn't wait a really long time before I went out this morning, but sometimes I wake up hungry and I'm like, well, I can't run now. And so that doesn't happen too often, but if I go to bed really late and like I didn't eat anything for a very long time, then I will be hungry as soon as I wake up. But typically I'm not hungry. So I don't know if not eating anything is fine, but I do like these bars. They are kind of expensive. They're a lot more expensive than the regular granola bars, but it worked really well for me. Oh, and not sponsored, by the way, but you know, Nature Valley, if you want to sponsor me, I love your granola bars. And you should bring back the coconut ones because they were the best, but I have not been able to find them in the stores for a very long time. It's Friday morning and Lucy and I are going for a walk. It's actually quite early. It's like, what is it? Oh, I can't see the time. My Fitbit's tracking my walk. I think it's like right around 8 o'clock. Lucy is whining. I never did take her out yesterday, but she is whining like she has never been on a walk before. It's so funny. I think she was mad at me yesterday because I didn't take her out. I feel like we are out so early that it's actually quite cool out, and I'm like kind of cold. I guess I'm not really cold, but it's much cooler than it normally is in the morning when we go, because I don't normally get out until like 9 or 10, and it's almost hot at that point. Why are you whining? I don't know why she's whining. She doesn't normally do that. Lucy, why are you whining? Okay, I'm about to admit something here. So I weigh myself every day. I like seeing the patterns, and I don't know, I just like that. However, I can tell you the day after a run, when I gain weight, it can be slightly discouraging. I think this is why a lot of people recommend not weighing in every day, but because I do, and I've seen patterns, by weighing every day, I've actually noticed that I don't really lose more weight the day after a workout. It's more like 2 days after the workout, but salt affects me immediately, like the very next day, every time. I also need good rest in order to lose any weight at all. So if you just took my weigh-ins at face value and thought whatever I did the day before affected my weight loss, then you would probably think that working out gains weight and doing absolutely nothing all day loses weight. But regardless, I still like weighing in every day because I like the patterns and learning more about myself and what I need and what it takes for me to lose weight by weighing in every day, because I can trace everything back to how I got to where I am each morning. So what about you? Do you weigh in every day? Do you weigh in once a week? What is it that you prefer? It's just too hot to go out today, so the treadmill it is. I got my Candy Crush, I got my coconut water, I got my phone. I'm good. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just too hot. You'll burn your little paws. You'll get overheated. No, we can't go later. I'm sorry, baby. I just got off the treadmill and I was actually on there for an hour. I wasn't sure how long I would get on for, but after 30 minutes I was like, I could keep going. And then at 45 minutes I was like, I want to quit, but I decided to just go 15 more minutes, make it a full hour, and I did it. Today was one of those days where I woke up and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Actually, it was more like I don't want to run, because I felt like today was a run day, because yesterday I walked and the day before I ran, and so I felt like I had to run today, and I just did not want to run. And so then I put off going outside. Then it got to the point where it's too hot. I plan on doing a live stream tonight, so if you missed that, I will leave that up. Actually, I was like, well, I can't walk at like 8 or 9 because I'll be doing the live stream, and that's when it finally gets cooler out. And it was just kind of like battling one thing after another. And so I got on, I did it, and Lucy's a little upset with me, but you know what? I have to do it for me, not for Lucy. So anyway, I guess when it came to my dilemma earlier this week, I guess I have to see it from the same perspective. I think it's a little bit harder because I actually go outside and she knows that I'm going outside without her, but I have to see it from the same perspective. I have to do what I have to do for me and not worry about my dog. Like, she'll be fine. And I do feel bad when I leave her here, but I have to do it for me because that's why I'm doing this whole thing anyway. That is Saturday exercise. I didn't go very fast at all because I barely wanted to even get on at all. So I went like 2 miles an hour like the whole time. Some days doing a little bit is a lot, and today is one of those days, and so I'm proud of myself. Here is my exercise for this week. On Sunday, I had a rest day. On Monday, I went 44 minutes outside, 1.63 miles. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I had a rest day. On Thursday, 47 minutes outside, 2.83 miles. I did week 8, day 1 of the Couch to 5K or Ease into 5K program. I had an average pace of 15:16. On Friday, I did 53 minutes outside, 2.09 miles. And then on Saturday, 60 minutes on the treadmill, 2.04 miles. So we are back to Monday, and I feel like I had a pretty good week. It wasn't perfect, it could have been better, but it also wasn't terrible. And the end of the week, I was kind of struggling as far as exercise is concerned. But I'm going to recap all of my water and sleep and what's the other one? Food, and show you my Fitbit and show you how I kept track of everything and how I was doing with that. Here is my food from last week, and red means that I went over my calories that I'm supposed to go over, and blue means I was under, and then green means I'm right on. I've discovered that with the Fitbit app, it's really, really hard to be in the green, so I just kind of settle for eating less than what my calories out is. I try to stay under in all of my calories, but you can see I really struggled with that last week. Sunday was kind of more of a rest day. I decided to take that day off from actually tracking. I think I tracked a little bit and then I just quit the rest of the day. And then Monday I did well, and Thursday I actually ate probably the most food all week, but because I ran that day, I was still under my calories. The other days, I feel like I did fine. I try to stay under 2,000 calories to kind of help myself out, but then you can see on Wednesday, I was really struggling. That was also the day that I didn't even get out of my pajamas. I didn't do anything on that day and struggled with, not eating. But the key here is that I tracked all week long. So I'm really proud of myself for tracking, except for Sunday, that I just decided that was a rest day from tracking. Here is my water from last week. My ultimate goal is 64 ounces a day, but I really am just still getting used to actually tracking every day. I feel like if I can get to half the amount of water, I'm good to go. So I think just the practice of tracking is where my goal is right now. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with this, and I will keep working on it. And of course you can see Sunday, that was my break from tracking at all.
And then for my sleep, I did not do so well with sleep. I do feel like I was really close, most of the days, but I only reached my goal of 6.5 hours of sleep twice last week, and I feel like that really put me at a disadvantage for just losing weight and for staying on track. Although I do find it interesting that I had really good sleep Tuesday night, but then Wednesday is the day that I struggled the most. So I just kind of found that a little bit interesting.
So now that you know everything from this past week, I can go ahead and tell you if I lost or gained weight this week. So last week I weighed 234.6 and this week I weighed 234.3. That is a loss of 0.3 pounds, and I'm not too upset about that, actually. Looking back on my water, I feel like water was fine, but like sleep, didn't get enough sleep, and then I didn't exercise all the days that I wanted to exercise, and I was kind of struggling with food by the end of the week. So I feel like to have lost 0.3 when I struggled with sleep and food is actually pretty good. If I could lose 0.3 every single week, that would be awesome. So while I know that it wasn't the best weight loss of all, and I know that I could have done better, I'm actually not too upset because it did go down. And if I keep going down, that's a good thing. I think going into this next week, I'd like to try, at least for 1 week, doing something with weights. Now I have little weights. I think they're like 3 and 8 pound weights, so not much, but I'd like to try a little bit of like weight training. I know it's a very, very little bit, but it's more than what I'm doing right now. Research that I have been doing and YouTube videos I've been watching from what I feel like is trustworthy people to watch, I feel like I need to add in, I want to say weightlifting, but it's not really weightlifting because I don't have big weights to lift. I just have little ones. So doing something to build my muscle, I think would really, really help me out and might actually allow me to eat more food, because that's kind of where I'm struggling, especially at the end of the week. If I could eat more food and still continue to lose weight, I think that that could make all the difference. I'm not going to go into the details now because I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet, but I know that I'm going to try to figure out something at least by the end of today, and then maybe next week I can kind of show you what it is that I'm doing once I've done it for a few days and kind of feel like I have a thing, I don't know. And then we'll see how that affects my weight at the end of the week. I'm also going to really work on getting to bed no later than midnight. I have gone to bed several times, like at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I still just kind of naturally wake up fairly early, which is why I'm not getting in the sleep that I need. So I really just need to go to bed at a decent time. I'm saying midnight, but really like I want to be like asleep by midnight. Those are my 2 big goals going into next week. And as far as anything else, I'm just going to try to eat better, but maybe give myself a little bit more grace because I am going to work on muscle toning and building up a little bit more muscle, which will use more of my metabolism, which means that I can eat more. So that is kind of my goal. And I know that it's not going to happen overnight. I know that it's not going to happen in 1 week, but I can see how much of a difference that makes, at least in the first week, and then go from there, see if I need to adjust anything. Let me know how your week went, and let me know what you think about my plan with lifting weights. I know like the biggest weights I have are 8 pounds, so it's not much, but it's more than what I'm doing right now. So let me know what you think about that. So leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to like this video because I did lose weight this week. And of course, subscribe, share this video, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!